Welcome to the Siemens Connect podcast series with your host, myself, Christine Moran. If you're new to listening, each podcast will have a special guest from our Siemens Connect ecosystem. Our Siemens Connect ecosystem allows Siemens to partner with third-party companies to establish integrations to Siemens systems. Today, we'll be talking to Bill and Mike from our partner, Emaint. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Christine. Great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Bill Green. I'm the Vice President of Customer Success here at Fluke Reliability. Very excited to be on and talk about more about how our solutions really can really revolutionize in the way that our customers do business.
And I'm Michael Mills. I'm one of the solutions engineers with the FRS team. I've been here about 8-ish years, initially working with Bill on the Emaint and customer success side. And then about 3 years ago, started working with our integrated solution. So, just like Bill, look forward to talking about what we have to offer.
Cool. Yeah. So, do you want to tell me a little bit about what Emaint offers to begin with?
Absolutely. So Emaint is a computerized maintenance management software that allows our maintenance and reliability employees that are out in the field to be able to track their assets and their work order and manage their work orders in a more streamlined basis. It allows them to get better insights into where problems are happening and really improve efficiency and documentation around what's occurring and what's not occurring. So many times we see that customers, especially customers that are either coming to us from old, antiquated CMS solutions. The concept, Christine, has been around for forever, right?
Yeah.
The concept of maintenance and tracking your maintenance. There was a time when people would put a pencil into a keyhole, and when they pull out of the slot, it would show them what work orders they need to do for the day. So it's kind of like going way back when to now you have computerized systems, and our Emaint system is completely in the web. It's a SaaS-based solution, and our customers have the data at their fingertips wherever they're at.
Cool. Yeah. So, as you mentioned, you guys have a work order management system. So, how are your work orders managed if a customer didn't have a solution like this to be able to log these orders electronically?
Yeah, I'll take that one, Bill. So we actually, when I first started with Emaint back, 8-ish years ago, I used to talk to Bill about this all the time, where customers would come to us from more of a reactive space. They'd either be documenting their maintenance on paper-based systems. They have binders full of data, or on the other side of things, they would also have like whiteboards or other sorts of systems where they could see what's upcoming as well as what's due and what's been performed. But a lot of times that's hard to manage that across, say, multiple sites and facilities. And on the other side of things as well, it's hard to make sure that things are being documented accurately, or even on top of that, being able to see, say, owners operators manuals, safety checklists. They're all filed in different places. So that's usually where a lot of different organizations have started. But more recently, they've moved into more and more of that digital space. There are a lot of companies that are still using, say, like Excel sheets or Access database systems to track this information. And what we want to do is pull all of that into one system to allow you to be more efficient, accessing it from anywhere that there's a browser, for example. So that's where a lot of systems are coming from.
I'm always surprised that, like, in the day and age that we're in, and everybody walks around with infinite amounts of data at their fingertips. And we talk to customers that are walking around with that same data at their fingertips, but their maintenance records and their work order management is all being done on paper still. It's always a surprising, like when we get a new customer or I'm talking to someone that might not be a customer of ours. I'm always shocked when we run into those situations, and it's more frequent than not.
Gotcha. So what kind of buildings do you find this solution in?
So in general, and I'll probably give a pretty wide answer on this one, is any facility that contains something of value, and that's a big answer there. The idea is anywhere between, say, a law firm that may be, say, hosting customers within the facility and needing that to be up and running without issues. Healthcare facilities that have critical equipment that needs to be running 24/7. Those backup generators that need to be running and running optimally. Or even to facilities that are pretty high traffic. So, for example, airports, thousands upon thousands of people are interacting with different areas in the facility. We want to make sure that those are running smoothly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've all had the issue where, you walk off the airplane, you're trying to head towards the restroom or some area within the airport and it's closed off. That starts to add things, take away from the value that you're looking at.
So it sounds like pretty much, customers, small, big, every single type of market, pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere, all in between there. Yep.
Gotcha. Now, Emaint is part of a larger group that coins the term connected reliability. What does that term actually mean?
So connected reliability is, and Bill, correct me if make sure I phrase this correctly, but it's the concept that all systems, equipment, and people should be able to easily and effectively communicate with each other. So one of the main concepts that we run into is breaking down and reducing siloed data. So for example, certain systems, you want to be able to view the entire picture when you're going out to perform maintenance. So whether it's a piece of equipment within the facility raising its hand, to also having the contextual data behind it as well, like supporting documentation, tasks, and other procedures. So that's exactly it. The systems, your equipment, as well as the people can all have that information and view it all in one place.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think Mike hit the nail on the head there, Christine. I think it's really connected reliability really hits upon, looking at disparate data systems that historically have been siloed in whether it's department based, whether it's functionality based, whether it's just because that system, this is how we've always done business. And we know the value of being able to pull data like an alarm that might happen on a SCADA or PLC type of environment, or a condition warning somewhere in the facility, and then that being alerted to a group of technicians, and then them going to fix it, but then that never being recorded anywhere. And then that not being aligned with how that same asset is being regularly monitored or being worked on by either the same group or even a different group of individuals. So these all things happen. These things are all happening, and it either takes a certain set of tribal knowledge to remember, like, oh yeah, we did this on this date, or as the bigger the facilities get, things just get lost. And that's where the connected reliability concept really comes in, is that we're able to connect these disparate siloed data systems together, and not just from a visibility standpoint, but from a process and workflow standpoint as well.
Okay, that's cool. So with connected reliability in mind, what benefits do customers get by utilizing Emaint with their Desigo CC system?
Sure. So yeah, integrating the two systems or two solutions there, the real goal is to have the full end-to-end process, right? The full end-to-end solution. So like I mentioned earlier, an air handler or a boiler chiller raises its hand and says that I'm having an issue, and that's information that's configured within Siemens Desigo, for example. That can raise its hand and say, hey, I'm running too hot. We're automating that information, passing over to Emaint to create that work order, create that notification, and again, provide that additional context around it. So these are things that, again, give you the ability to actually drive better action. So, hey, we're out fixing this for the 5th time in the past couple of months. What could we be doing differently? It's good for compliance, because making sure that you have those steps in place, any supporting documentation as necessary, and having those timely insights coming from Desigo allow you that option to have that information within, say, minutes, as opposed to checking in once a day. So these types of things, the value that you get out of it can be things like safety, promoting a safe environment, as certain things, certain conditions could need to trigger action quickly. Customer satisfaction, that airport bathroom I mentioned, you walk towards it, it's closed off because there's an issue with plumbing. You have to walk down to the next area. Customer satisfaction drops at that point. And then other things like internal time, expenses, rushing parts. These are all things that could be honed in on to improve your processes and make sure that, again, internal satisfaction is there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with you there. I think us partnering is, definitely, we add a lot of value together to customers.
Definitely.
So since you guys are obviously in our Siemens Connect ecosystem, what got Emaint interested in joining?
Bill, you want that one?
Yeah, I think we realize that Siemens and Emaint and just overall Fluke reliability has a lot of crossover, and a lot of joint customers that are experiencing these similar problems, and um, we know that we wanted to find a better way to be able to partner with the likes where these two organizations can work closer together to make it better for our customers. And that was really what really excited me about the partnership and what drove us to really accelerate a lot of these conversations, because the benefits that the customers see when working with these two systems, not just separately but together, it just exponentially makes the customer win. And that's what gets me excited. That's what I wake up and get excited for, is when our customers really excel and find something that changes the way they do business and really changes the way that makes them better at their job. I mean, I think that's the business that we're in. That's the business that I'm in, right? My goal is to make sure our customers are successful, because and especially in our business in our model where it's SaaS based and there's subscription to leverage the software. If our customers aren't winning, then we're not winning, right? Because they'll leave. And when our customers do win, that not just they're successful, they're using something. It's really when they're able to make a difference, right? These people are keeping facilities that might be critical to operation, like a hospital, up and running, and that gets me excited in the morning. And that's where, like, connecting closer with Siemens and being part of the Siemens Connect ecosystem is really powerful and really moves that needle in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more there. So we definitely covered a lot during this podcast, and I wanted to ask you if there was only one thing that users could take away from this podcast, what should they take away?
I think the one thing I always try, I've been in this industry, especially when I've been with Fluke or Emaint before the acquisition, and now part of Fluke Reliability for the last 11 years. And I think the one thing that's fairly common with customers when they look at all these different systems they have, and they see this mountain that they have to climb, and that this is a super difficult journey. I think the one thing to take away is that this is easy. It really is the easy button, and just ask. Because I think people make an assumption that this is difficult to do, and we've made this very easy, and it's even easier now with being a Siemens Connect partner and being part of the Siemens Connect ecosystem. So that's the one thing I would take away, is this isn't a big project. This is a easy project that's going to make life a lot easier and make the workflow that the customers have on the floor much more proficient.
Cool. Yeah, well, thank you both, Bill and Mike, for joining me today on our podcast.
Thanks for having us, Christine. This is great.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who's taken the time out of their day to listen to us. Please remember, this entire series is on demand. And for more information on Emaint, please visit the marketplace and be on the lookout for our next episode.